Hello ladies, so today let's talk about how to build back your feminine sexual energy, especially after a breakup. And these tips can even work for if you're separated. And if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Miss Linda and I'm your femininity and dating coach. I talk about seduction, high value dating, goddess mentality. So hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my weekly videos. Now, relationships all go through certain phases. There's usually the interest, pursuit, then you get into a relationship, and then after that, potentially, you could stay together forever, but many relationships are only there for a particular season. Now, going through a heartbreak can be such a painful period, and especially for women because we really are emotional beings, which is a beautiful thing. But sometimes some of those emotions tend to overtake us, especially when we've gone through periods in our lives where we feel loss, especially with a loved one. So I'll be sharing with you some tips that can help you build back your feminine sexual energy, which is your space where you can be able to experience pleasure, play, become joyful again, and just to bring back the whole juiciness and aliveness that you as a woman are supposed to exude. So the first thing that I would highly encourage you to do, especially right after a breakup, please allow yourself to feel the feelings. I know sometimes it's so easy to want to drown yourself in alcohol, or you just want to maybe over exercise, overeat, or even this thing where you just move directly into another whole relationship. Please allow yourself some time to feel the emotions that you're feeling. Now, the trick with this thing is don't stay too long in this stage. Don't stay too long in this phase, because if you stay too long, this is where depressive tendencies can start to come in. So yes, allow the feelings to come up and then let them wash away, and now start to be more intentional with how you're going to approach the next few months or for the rest of your life, because sometimes relationships come to a sudden break because maybe you decided to give each other breathing space, or maybe you just want to explore what life would be like without each other, or maybe it really truly has just come to an exact end. So allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but don't get stuck in there. Okay. Now, one thing when it comes to feeling what you're feeling is it allows you to bring up all the thoughts, all the everything that's pent up in your heart, you bring it up. So once you bring up some of these things, and they come up during when we feel, especially when we start to feel emotional. Only when these things come up can you now start to address them. Because trying to avoid your feelings, trying to numb your feelings, trying to suppress your feelings, it's really just delaying a ticking time bomb. Eventually, what you're feeling is going to come up, and it will manifest maybe in your other relationship or just your whole health. You may find that suppressing these feelings can just make you literally sick. Yeah? So feel what you need to feel, then purpose to start to move on. The second thing that you should do, because remember, you're bringing back your more desirable state, you're bringing back your yumminess, your juiciness, because by the time a relationship is coming to an end, chances are you're emotionally drained. Chances are you're not at your best self because things are coming to an end. So the intention here is to start to slowly build yourself back up so that you can be able to know what exactly it is that you want. So second thing is, please take some time to do some self-reflection. Many ladies I speak with, especially the ones who are in my, who follow me on Instagram on Afrofeminine Muse, many of the ladies I speak with, they love to just rush on to the next relationship. So one relationship has ended because you don't want to feel that pain, or you just do not know how to be by yourself. you immediately attach yourself to the next man who comes up. And I've seen this happening. So what tends to happen is you've not yet processed whatever went on in your past relationship. You've not reflected. You've not really taken time to just understand and process what the learnings were from your past relationship, so that you can become a better woman, so that you can evolve. Because remember, as feminine women, we are expansive. We are constantly evolving, growing. And that's why if you take some time to really reflect on what it is you could have done better, in the process, you will end up picking up some new skills, by the way. Skills that will help you in your following relationships to come. And that's what starts to make you so alluring, so juicy. So for instance, if you have the humility to just look back and see what were some of the things that you could have done better, because remember, it takes two people to tango in a relationship dynamic. So for instance, maybe you realized intimacy was an issue, or you realize you could have communicated better. So if you take the time to reflect, you could start to develop new skills around how to become a more intimate partner, or how to communicate better, so that you're able to add more of your relationship skills. Now, if there's not something I have learned throughout my 10-year marriage, relationships are a skill. The same way you take time to earn your degree, you learn whatever it is that you're doing. Like for instance, I am a marketer. It took me time to really understand my role. It's the same way relationships require you to continuously learn. Because remember, relationships are a social game. And with human beings, we need to be able to understand each other. And that requires psychology on your part, as well as understanding your partner. So it's really, really wise of you to take time to just reflect and always, always upgrade and learn more when it comes to building your relationship toolkit. Okay? So once you've taken time to just reflect and add on to some new skills which you feel you could tap into, start to look at what are some of the things, what are some of your hobbies, what are some of the things that you may have not cultivated during your time together with your past lover. Women, we tend to do this a lot. We enter into relationships. At the beginning, we were so magnetic, we were living our life, and that's what made us so alluring. Then right when you couple up with a man, you find that you lose yourself technically. And losing yourself can manifest in so many things. It could be weight gain because you've been too comfortable, or you just let go of all your passion, and you just became like you reached. Like maybe for you, really just having a relationship was exactly what you were looking for at that particular period. Now, part of building up your sexual energy is about being alive. It's about being vibrant. It's about being radiant. And you can only be radiant if you truly are enjoying your life. And one of the best ways and easiest ways of enjoying your life is to become your own best friend. Find out what it is that you love. What are some of the passions that you could pick up? Pick up something new. And you know, the funny thing is, we become so exciting to people when we are right in the middle of change. When you're evolving, when you're growing, when you're doing things that you love, automatically there's a certain sparkle that you get. And that is so attractive and it's so desirable, because truth be told, many people are truly not happy. So a happy woman is so magnetic. And this happiness is generated internally. You're not doing all these things so that your ex can he can come back to you. You're not doing it to get his attention. As a result of doing these things, yes, he may be like, okay, wow, I see this babe, she's moving on with her life and she's glowing differently. That should be an end result of you just trying to cultivate your own magnetism as a woman. So Look for things that will fill you up and bring you joy in the form of interests, hobbies, and passions, which you can start to cultivate. And while on that, look, at least because since we are talking about your feminine sexual energy, look for more feminine kind of activities and hobbies. This include writing, pottery, drawing, singing, dancing, playing an instrument. You know, some of these hobbies that are more artistic in nature. Yes, you might say that you don't have an artistic bone, but use this period to explore. Yeah, and yes, you can find maybe you're into mountain climbing, but then, okay, so fine. Then, whatever it is, just look for something that will bring back joy into your life. Because remember, we are trying to build back some of the energy that had been drained because of the past pain that you had in your past relationship. Now, the fourth thing that you can do is look after yourself, your health. Your health. Now, as women, we hold a lot of our energy in the womb area. And that is one area that requires constant nourishment. And one of the ways for doing this is to ensure that we eat properly. Drink plenty, plenty, plenty of water. Now, water, we are, I think, 70% made up of water. And women, that's our natural state. Drink lots of water. It will add back life into your skin, your hair, your nails. Eat your vegetables. Take your supplements if you're past 35. Nurture yourself. While you're doing some of these things, let them be for you, like I mentioned. If you feel like you had let yourself go and you had started piling on pounds because maybe you're feeling depressed or you are drinking too much, because sometimes when you're with a man, you can end up cultivating some habits which may not be very, very good to you as a woman. So if you feel that you've been maybe consuming a lot of alcohol, use this time maybe to clean yourself up. Use this time to clean up your diet. Another activity is go out into the sunshine. Part of our feminine essence is reconnecting with nature. And one of the easiest ways to do that is taking a walk out in nature and being present in the moment. Look at the trees, look at the birds, observe everything that's going on around you. That's how you start to reconnect with your essence as a woman. That's how you start to feel again. Because when you're out in nature, first of all, nature is quite peaceful. When you're looking at the birds, the trees, everything around you, there's a certain kind of zen, certain kind of ease that is usually comes up when you're in nature. And that is so, so relaxing. Okay, so the other thing is cultivating just your spiritual practice. Now, I know you may be like, Linda, why are we talking about spirituality? Because if there's something I've learned over the years is a woman who is firm in her spiritual practice, there is really a peace that comes, that surrounds her. And that's because she understands that there's a divine being, there's God, there's a creator who is there, and she understands that she can be able to rest in the fact that there's a higher being. And there is nothing as comforting, there's nothing as peaceful as that. That having a very healthy spiritual practice, it also just helps you to rest easy. Because yes, life is going on, and by nature, men are the more logical people. So a man will want to do things logically all the way. And truth be told, yes, some of us have been doing things in quite a masculine way. So we work, and that work push and pull, or maybe we do our businesses. So we are so used to using the right side of our brain where we rely on logic. So if there's a problem, we want to solve it. But when you start to truly anchor yourself develop a solid spiritual practice, that's when you start to really take off some of your burden. You start to trust that God has your back through and through. And that peace that comes from just understanding that there is a creator is very, very relaxing. And it really, truly just brings you back to your divine nature. And then the other thing, please feel free to get help. You could use this time to seek a mentor or a therapist. Use this period to do your inner work. The truth is, we all have things that we can't constantly work on. And the difference between a woman who truly is successful in her relationships versus one who keeps attracting the same kind of messy kind of relationships is the one who is consciously dating, consciously creating her life. She truly, truly understands the power of just taking a step back and doing inner work. Now, don't get stuck in the inner work period, because inner work, I think, honestly, is a lifelong journey. But just understanding that, yes, that you do have some work to do, take this period to just cultivate that back. And then the last tip that I can do, and this is the juiciest, is cultivate your own self-pleasure practice. You may be like, Linda, what are you talking about? Yes. Learn to truly love yourself. Love your body. Learn how to touch yourself. Be at home with who you are as a woman. Sacred self-pleasure. There is so much power in that. Start to feel yourself again, because many times right after a breakup, you may not want to immediately jump onto another relationship with a man, or you may not really be looking for a sexual partner, but trust you me, you're a human being. You are a human being and you do have needs. Learn to love yourself, literally. Practice self-pleasure. That way you will also get to learn what it is you enjoy, and you get to really reconnect and love yourself during this period. So with that, remember, I have not, oh yes, and before I forget, please go no contact, no contact. Honestly, once you start to focus on some of these things, if you do the inner work, you focus on your hobbies and interests, look for your purpose, clean up your diet, and if you start to practice, your own sensuality, you will find that you become so engrossed, and your energy becomes consumed right back to you. You will not be sitting there thinking and wishing and dreaming for this man to come back, because honestly, you'll have called back your energy right back to you. You would have remembered that, you know what, you are a beautiful woman who needs to be tended to, taken care of, and nourished during this period. And automatically with that, with all your energy back to you, you will not find yourself chasing a man mentally. Yes, you will have periods, maybe you will miss him, but you will become so engrossed in a positive way, because you're trying to recreate yourself and to, just find yourself. And the funny thing is, once you do these things, automatically you're leaning in your authentic feminine. You're energetically leaning back, because you're truly looking after yourself. And you know what? Naturally, if you had a good, strong relationship, if it was built on some good foundations, this man will at some point look out for you. He will probably come back if that is what you want. And of course, once he comes back, there are some steps that you need to do to see whether you are compatible or not. But trust you me, if you had a good relationship, and this is just probably a period, a healthy man knows when he's found a gem, a prize, a beautiful woman inside out. And by you just focusing on you, if he is worthy, he will probably want to come back and have another conversation with you. Yeah? But remember, the intention is to cultivate who you are as a woman, because at the end of the day, you're the only person there's nobody else who can do this work for you. Nobody else can build you up. Nobody else can come to fill up any gaps, any areas in your life that you feel are lacking. The best thing is to use all the lessons that you've learned along the way, especially in your relationships, and use that as a solid foundation to build yourself back up. Yeah, so I hope you found so much value in this video. I'd love to know which of these tips would you be using. So until next time, speak again. Bye.